There is so much risk assessment on your end as a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You know, can you tell us about that aspect, assessing the risk of making this film?
I definitely could not have made this film if I didn't trust Alex deeply, in the same way that he trusted me and Chai. We wouldn't have even started production. And just to give you a little context, when we started making this film, this was just a character portrait of Alex. And his achievements before El Cap were already easily worthy of making a film about. And so I've known Alex for 10 years, like I said, and I've been working with him. And we had this idea, but Chai didn't know him very well. So she spent a day with Alex kind of casing him out, seeing if he'd be a good subject. And during their conversation, Alex said, "Oh, great. Well, if you want to make a film, I'm thinking about soloing El Cap." And my wife, being not a climber from Manhattan, was like, "Oh, that's great. Sounds like a great idea. That would be a good focal point for the film." So Chai calls me, or I call Chai that evening. I'm like, "Well, how'd the conversation go?" And she's like, "Oh, he's perfect. He's kind of this awkward loner kid that, was too afraid to ask other people to be a climbing partner, which is why he started soloing. It was more scary to ask someone to climb with him than to be a soloist. And he said he's going to solo El Cap." And I almost fell out of my chair because I was like, he said, "What?" Because this idea of free soloing El Cap was so far beyond, what even the top echelon of climbers nobody was even talking about it. It's not like somebody was saying, "Oh, it was just too far out there." So, but back to your question, in terms of the risk, like, if I didn't see Alex making decisions over the course of 10 years and traveled with him that much, there's no way I could have made this film with him. And it was that trust that allowed us to make it.
And how do you respect the process, his process, and the whole process of climbing, and balance it with you capturing, real moments as a filmmaker?
Yes. I think really the conversation and it was ongoing, was that the needs of the film could never trump the needs of Alex, and what he was trying to do.
Do you really need to use that verb? No, I'm teasing.
Sorry.
I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you.
That's hilarious. Totally fair.
But I didn't mean to throw you off track.
No, that's okay. I think we had to set guidelines for ourselves as much as for our crew and our production and our partners, National Geographic. Think about, a studio coming into this film to finance a project that has no timeline. We have no idea when he's going to do it. We have no idea if he can do it. And he could die doing it. And it's an incredibly dangerous film production as well. Everybody on the crew is professional climbers. They are also great cinematographers, so of course that pool is very small, and they're basically all on this production. But we had to have those conversations about that idea.